And now it's time to do my discussion of Madonna and her 55th birthday of music and entertainment. I listened to Madonna every time as a kid, back in the day, and I listened to her on the radio. Then I will show one CD later on in this video, but this time I will discuss about Madonna. Madonna Louise Ciccone, who was born on August 16, 1958, is an American singer-songwriter, actress, author, director, interpreter, and philanthropist. Born in Bay City, Michigan, and she was moved to New York City in 1977 to pursue a career of model dancing and performed in the music group called Breakfast Club and Emmy. In 1982, she signs with Syra Records, with affiliate of Warner Brothers Records, and releasing the self-titled album the following year. She has since released a series of successful albums, including a Grammy Award winner's Ray of Light in 1998 and Confessions of the Dance Floor in 2005. Many of her songs peaked atop record charts, including Like a Virgin, Into the Groove, Papa Don't Preach, Like a Prayer, Folk, Frozen, Music, Hung Up, and 4 Minutes. Madonna is known for continuously reinventing both of her music and image, and for retaining the standard of autonomy with a recording industry. She attained immense popularity by pushing her boundaries of lyrical content of mainstream popular music and imagery of her music videos, which became a fixture on MTV. Critics have praised her diverse music production, which have also known as the induced controversy. Madonna received generally positive reviews for her role in Desperately Seeking Susan in 1985. Her later film appearances received mixed commentary. She received critical acclaim and the Golden Globe Awards for Best Actress in Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy for Evita in 1996. She has received hard feedback of other performances. She has recognized as the acclaimed businesswoman, involving herself in her fashion designer, writing children's books, film directing, and producing. In 1992, she was found an entertainment company called Mavericks as a joint venture with Time Warner, which also included the label Maverick Records. In 2007, she signed a US $120 million record, touring the merchandise 360-degree deal with Live Nation, resulting in her leaving Warner Brothers, her label, since 1982. Madonna has sold more than 300 million records worldwide and is recognized as the best-selling female recording artist of all time by Guinness World Records. Time considered to be one of the most 25 powerful women in the past century for being an influence figure in contemporary music. Madonna is the best-selling female rock artist of the 20th century and the second best-selling female artist in the United States, with 64.5 million certified albums, considered by Forbes and other publications as a cultural icon. She is often referred by the international press as the Queen of Pop. In 2008, Billboard ranking her in number 2, behind only the Beatles at the Billboard Hot 100 all-time top artists, making her the most successful solo artist in the history of the chart. She was also inducted into Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in the same year. In 2012, she was crowned the greatest woman in music by VH1. As of this year, some sources report that Madonna's net worth has crossed over $1 billion. Early life and career beginners. Madonna Louise Ciccone was born in 1958 at Bay City, Michigan, where her father was a first generation of Italian American and her mother was a French Canadian descent. She was raised with the Roman Catholic faith upon the confirmation. Her mother died of breast cancer at the age of 30, and before mother's death, her behavior was personally, she didn't recognize the name, well, understanding the reason. Madonna was attended to St. Frederick's and St. Andrew's Catholic elementary schools, and then West Middle School. She was known for her high-grade point average, and she attended to Rochester Adams High School for a cheerleading squad. After she graduated, she was a dance scholarship for her to the University of Michigan and relocated in New York City where she was dropped out. Madonna, Like a Virgin, and Marriage to Sean Penn. After Madonna signed a deal with Sire, her debut single was Everybody, was releasing in October of 1982, and the second one, Burning Up, in March of 1983. And at number 3 on the Hot Dance Club Songs, complied with the Billboard magazine. She was her debut album, Madonna, her self-titled album, was produced by Reggie Lucas, Warner Brothers producer, including the chart in the Billboard 200, was releasing in January 1983, and the number 8 of the Billboard 200 6 months later. In 1984, she yielded 2 more songs, Borderline and Lucky Star. Madonna had became the first appearance at the MTV Video Music Awards, performed Like a Virgin. She performs with the wedding dress, and with the first single for the second album called Like a Virgin, the same song, and in 1985, Material Girl. And she became her first actress movie role in Desperately Seeking Susan in March of 1985. And then she became introduced into the groove, was the number 1 single in the US and UK. And she was only performed with back in April of 1985 with Like a Virgin tour with the Beastie Boys on the opening act. True Blue, Like a Prayer, Dick Tracy, and the Immaculate Collection. In June of 1986 was the third solo album, was True Blue, with inspired by dedication of Sean Penn. The number 1 single is Live to Tell, Papa Don't Preach, and Open Your Heart. And 2 top 5 songs are True Blue and La Isla Bonita. And later in the next year, Madonna, the second feature film called Who's That Girl was released, which is she contributed to the songs. 2 tracks includes Who's That Girl, the song, and Causing a Commotion. Madonna embarked Who's That Girl tour in 1987. She continues until September. She was inspired belief that could people turn herself into something else. Later that year, she released a remix album for the past hits titled You Can Dance, which reached the number 14 on the Billboard 200. After the enrollment in December of 1987, Madonna was filed for divorce in 1989. Later that same year, Madonna signed the endorsement of soft drinks. The manufacturer Pepsi commercials debuted for the song Like a Prayer. That was before the album came out, featuring the videos of Catholic symbols and stigmas and some controversies, and then became the 4th studio album, Like a Prayer, including the songs. And the number 1 song is Madonna, Express Yourself and Cherish. And the 3rd movie role of the actress was Breathless from the movie Dick Tracy in 1990, with Warren Beatty play the role. And he accompanied his song and album I'm Breathless. He inspired the film 1936 with the US number 1 song, Vogue, and Sooner or Later, and the earning at the Academy Award for Best Original Song in 1991. The Immaculate Collection, Madonna's first greatest hits compilation album, was released in November 1990. It includes 2 songs, Justify My Love and Rescue Me. Justify My Love reached the number 1 on the US charts and top 10 worldwide. Maverick Records, Sex, Erotica, Bedtime Stories, and Evita. In 1992, Madonna landed her role in the movie A League of Their Own, a baseball player women's team, with their feature film songs called This Used to Be My Playground, and became a Hot 100 number 1 hit. And the same year she was found her own entertainment company called Maverick, consisting of a company called Maverick Records and a film production for Maverick Films. Her 5th studio album was Erotica, debuted number 2 on the top Billboard 200. Erotica was produced 5 further singles, including Deeper and Deeper, Bad Girl, Fever, Rain, and Bye Bye Baby. And in 1991, I forgot to mention, in a movie with the sex, controversial movie about the first documentary film, Truth or Dare. And in the 1990s, she was on the erotic thriller called Body of Evidence. In March of 1994, she was a guest appearance of Late Show with David Letterman. According to the biographer J. Randy Taraborelli, in 1994, the ballad songs for the song of I Remember was a provocative image to be reported with the film production for With Honors. And on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, she was awarded for the show's appearance. Their sixth album was The Bedtime Stories, where their songs include Secrets and Take a Bow. And in 1995 released Something to Remember, with 3 new songs, You Will See, One More Chance, and Marvin Gaye's I Want You. And in 1996, she was the film role from Eva Peron and Evita, which were releasing the movie in 1996, including the soundtrack for the songs called You Must Love Me and Don't Cry For Me, Argentina. And on October 14, 1996, Madonna gave birth to Lourdes Maria Chicani Leon with her daughter with Leon. Ray of Light, Music, and Marriage to Guy Ritchie. After she gave birth, she became involved in Eastern mysticism and Kabbalah with the Jewish Mysticism by actress Sandra Bernhard in 1997, where her studio album was Ray of Light. In 1998, later that year, the albums generated with the songs including for the masterpiece of the 90s, Ray of Light, was honored with the Grammys and the 500 hits of all time. And I forgot to mention the first song of this album was Frozen, and the second single, Ray of Light, and the third single, The Power of Goodbye. In 1999, she was recording following their song on the movie Austin Powers' The Spy Who Shagged Me on the second film, with singles called Beautiful Stranger. And Madonna was a Grammy Award for Best Written for the Motion Picture, Television, or Other Visual Media, and Guinness Book of World Record. In 2000, Madonna starred a film role called The Next Best Thing, with the song's film soundtrack Time Stood Still, and the international hit called American Pie, with the cover of the 1971 song by Don McLean. Around that year, she released the 8th album, Music, in September 2000, with the first single was Music, and the other one is Don't Tell Me What It Feels Like for a Girl. Around the releasing of Music album, she began a relationship with Guy Ritchie and meet the director back in 1999. In August 11, 2000, she gave birth to Rocco Ritchie. In December, Madonna and Ritchie were married at the ceremony in Scotland. Madonna starred in the movie Swept Away in 2002, and in May of 2002, she appeared in London in the West End play for Grabs and Weinheim Theatre. In the 007 movie Die Another Day, with the songs by James Bond at the same song Die Another Day, as described with The Guardian, and the top 100 Hot Billboard charts. American Life, Children's Books, and Conventions of the Dance Floor. Madonna's release, the 9th album, is American Life, which is the society of mix of reviews. She committed American Life. And in the 2003 MTV Video Music Awards, while singing Hollywood with Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, and Missy Elliott, Madonna kissed Spears and Aguilera suggestively during the performance. Live Nation, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and Hard Candy. Madonna's released with Hey You for the Live Earth, and she was performed at London Live Concert in London, and she produced and wrote I Am Because We Are, and she was directed the film Fifth of Wisdom. And it became the 11th studio album for Hard Candy in 2008, containing R&B and urban pop influence. The song On Hard Candy collaborated with Justin Timberlake, Timbaland, Pharrell Williams, and Nate Ninja Hills. So the first single is called 4 Minutes. Madonna's ended in 2000s with the best-selling single artist in dedication in the US and most played artist in dedication in the UK. Billboard is announced the 3rd touring artist in a decade. WE, Super Bowl, and MDNA. Madonna performed at the Hope for Haiti Now, a global benefit for earthquake relief. concert in January of 2010. She released third live album, Sticky and Sweet Tour. And Madonna performed at the Super Bowl 46 halftime show with visualized by Cirque du Soleil and Jamie King. And our special guests, LMFAO, Nicki Minaj, MIA, and CeeLo Green. Well, I'm not going to read the whole thing. We'll have to stop now, because this website has a long description of that of this biography for a while now. Now I'm going to go over to discography for Madonna. And our website is called isrobox.com. Madonna's first self-titled album with Lucky Star, Borderline, Burning Up, Holiday, I forgot to mention, and Everybody. Like a Version, Madonna's second album includes Material Girl, Like a Version, and Angel, and all other tracks. The third album is True Blue with Papa Don't Preach, Open Your Heart, Live to Tell, and La Isla Bonita. And the fourth album is Like a Prayer. I used to have it on the record album back in the early 90s, but I get rid of the record. Wow. And this track is called Like a Prayer, Express Yourself, and Cherish. Oh, I forgot to mention, I have it on a CD that I got in by mail in 1993 called Erotica. And with the tracks includes Erotica, the song, Fever, Bye Bye Baby, Deeper and Deeper. The sixth album, Bedtime Stories, are Take a Bow and all other tracks. Ray of Light with Frozen, Ray of Light, and The Power of Goodbye. Madonna music with Music, the song, Don't Tell Me, and What It Feels Like for a Girl. American Life with American Life and Stupid Girl. Confessions of the Dance Floor with Hung Up and all other tracks. And a DVD format of I'm Going to Tell You a Secret. And the Confession Tour. Also on this album is Hard Candy with 4 minutes featuring Justin Timberlake and Timberland. You Can Dance with all the best of the greatest hits tracks are Spotlight and all other tracks. The Immaculate Collection for the song like Justify My Love and Rescue Me. Something to Remember with the songs that I Remember and all other songs, and Take a Bow in a recent album called Bedtime Stories. GHV2, all the greatest hits from the song. Remix and revisited the LPEP version, and Celebration, the greatest hits, 2 CD tracks, and a soundtrack for Who's That Girl with Who's That Girl and Causing a Commotion, and a Dick Tracy soundtrack for Sooner or Later and Vogue. Evita with the songs Don't Cry For Me, Argentina, and all other tracks there, and that's basically it. So it's been around for around the 20-25 minutes in the video. Well, I'm not going to discuss that, and end of story. Well, and that's my discussion of Madonna. As for one more announcement, I will be going on the trip to Florida for a couple of weeks to make another video. So, I hope you enjoy. Stay tuned for more. As for Madonna, happy birthday. And I'll see you again in my next video.